Okay, we've got sound. Should have video and... yeah. Women! I love women. I'm gay. I'm gay. I love women. The lesbianism. You read manga? You ever read manga? I've read manga. I've read plenty of manga. Lots of manga. Some there, some down there. You can't see that. But manga is comic books. Generally, they're from Japan. They are gay. Sometimes. Computer, what is Yuri?
Yuri, also known by the Wasei Edo construction of love, is a genre of Japanese media focusing on intimate relationships between female characters.
I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but I'm hoping it did, because that saves me some things. I like Yuri, I've read a fair amount of it myself, and I want to talk about it, because there aren't very many people out there talking about it, and I have notes. I went through a bunch of Yuri manga, because I have a radio show, and I barely get to talk about it, because my segment where I talk about manga is right at the end of the show, so I don't have the time to talk about it. So instead of talking about it there, I'm talking about it as well as I also talk about it. Shut up. Don't question me. This is the setup. So, women, we've established. Great. So great. You know what else is great? Food. I love eating. And you know who else loves eating? She does, and she also loves to eat. She loves to cook and she loves to eat is a manga by someone. Hang on. Find a volume of it. Sakao Miyazaki is a series from recent. It's actually still ongoing. It's very upsetting to me. The volume 4 isn't coming out until May because I love this series. It revolves around Nomoto, who is a girl who loves to cook. Then she meets Kasuga, and she's a girl who loves to eat. That's the premise of the book. But it goes a little deeper than that, you see. She loves to cook and she loves to eat is about food. It's about a lot of other things as well, but it's first and foremost about food. It's about women, it's about men. But May, I hear you ask. No, I don't. That was a lie. Surely a book about lesbianism wouldn't be about primarily women? Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay. Here's a little insight into the lesbian experience. And if I'm going to say something here, and if you don't like it, then if you have a strong reaction to this, you should maybe stop watching, because it's just, you're just like it. That's just, men kind of suck, right? I mean, men just aren't good. They are not good. If your immediate response to me saying that was to start thinking not all men, fuck off. Fuck off. I don't want you watching my videos. Go away. Leave a snarky comment about what about men if you want. But like, this video isn't for you. If your immediate thought about that was not all men, fuck off. I don't want you watching my shit. Got it? Anyway, yeah, men suck. Obviously, yes, not all men, blah, blah, blah. But, like, whenever something bad happens, or a lot of the time when something bad happens, most of the bad things in the world that happen when there is a guy who has the audacity. For example, early in She Loves to Cook and She Loves to Eat, there is an instance where the main character, Nomoto, she is going through she's talking about her cooking, and she's showing off her lunchbox, and she's like, yeah, I made this lunchbox, and I'm really proud of it. And some fucking guy in her office comes up to her and is like, oh, you'll make a great husband someday, love. And immediately it's like, this is something I do for me. This is not something I do, or would do, for a man. That's very presumptive of you. There's also a scene early in the manga where Kasuga, the girl who likes to eat, a guy just assumes that she wants a smaller portion of rice, and she's like, excuse me, I'm sorry, can you give me some more rice, please? I ordered the full portion. It was like, oh, just for you. I gave you some smaller portion. Give you make it for you. No. So shut up. Go away. Stop. Just fucking stop it, please, please, please. Men are never gonna stop it. It makes me quite sad, actually. An aspect I'm not over sure about of She Loves to Eat is that it really, really focuses on the eating. I mean, that is part of it. I'm not over shocked that it does, but the fact that it does, it feels quite... I respect it, but it feels like it's playing to an audience of people who really want to watch people eating. I don't like mukbangs. I don't do eating noises. If I hear somebody chewing, I start to freak out and have a sensory bad moment. So it's, I don't know. That's kind of really the only drawback. The only real thing that I don't like. I mean, obviously some people probably would, but it's not for me. That particular aspect of the book is not for me, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Not every piece of art is made for every person. But this one is mostly made for me because, oh my god, the main character is so gay. She is homosexual. She loves women, and it takes a while for her to realise this. It's quite slow burn on the romance, and because one of the main aspects of it is she's figuring herself out. She hasn't discovered that she's a lesbian yet. In Volume 2, she does a fucking online quiz. Everyone's been there. Well, not everyone. Straight people probably haven't been there. But am I gay quiz? Am I transgender quiz? And then she goes on the internet, searches up lesbian, and blah, blah, blah. There's all the stuff for men again. The world is made for men, and men suck. That's the thesis of She Loves to Cook and She Loves to Eat. Goodbye. But not actually, because I have more to say. The two protagonists of this book are perfect for each other. It is difficult to overstate how well they are made for each other. It's full of little cute moments. They're going like, they meet each other in in a lift, right? And she's thinking, oh, I want to cook for someone. And she's got a massive bag of fried chicken, like the stuff you get at Christmas, so I presume that's KFC. And she's just like, I have to cook for you. This happened directly after the shitty comment from the guy at her work, and she was stress buying, walking around the shop, annoyed, angry, hungry. Fucking all of the stuff goes in the trolley. Bam! You've made way too much food. And then she bumps into her and is like, "Have you had dinner yet? Have you eaten? So, do you want to eat a load of this stuff?" And that's another thing that I really like. It's very human. The little responses and reactions and little bits and bobs and how you interact with the way that things are. That's so well depicted in this manga. It's the human moments of, I am fucking furious because a man was shitty to me at work and now I'm upset and I'm cross and walking around the shop. Have some this, oh shit, I've bought too much. Stuff like that. It's really well done, those little human moments. And the art is gorgeous. It's very expressive. The line work's very clean. It communicates the main character's feelings really well. The food looks delicious. Like, I tend to do a lot of my manga reading and note-taking in cafes, and they have definitely gotten me to buy more cakes than I probably should have done. Look at this flan! Is it flan? There's also an element of found family to She Loves to Cook and She Loves to Eat. That's brought up a lot more in Volume 3. There's new characters who are introduced. One character who's sort of a bit of a lesbian mentor figure to... forgotten. To the protagonist, and she's sort of coaches her through different aspects of feelings. The asexual spectrum is dropped. Like the guide character, she is an out and proud ace lesbian. So woohoo, good for you, ace lesbians. That's also something that's going to come up a bit in the next one. Less explicitly within, like, just stated. I don't think the word asexual is used there, but it's, yeah. Anyway, yeah, there's like a character who comes in and she's got sort of eating problems, and that's also explored, and like the characters all of them have kind of strained relationships with their families, and it's gorgeous. I love found family. It is one of my favourite tropes. Probably why Star Trek Voyager might be one of my favourite Star Treks. It's better than Deep Space Nine, don't at me. Food was a big theme in that last one, but another one that also... this is a bad attempt at a segue. Donuts Under a Crescent Moon is also a gay manga that exists and is out there, and I recommend. The theming is a lot of donuts. You like donuts? You're probably gonna like Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. You like gay women? Probably gonna like Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. It's quite a slow burn, Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. I need a quicker way of saying that, but I'm not gonna find one. Also, I should find one of the volumes. Hang on. I found one. Gonna be honest, I do not remember the names of the characters in this book. Do they deserve better? Yes, they deserve better than me forgetting their names. But I'm not gonna redo this, because as a man once said, there are finer things, old boy, than finishing something not enough than when something is finished too much.
There are fine things, old boy, which are more brilliant when unfinished than when finished too much.
I think that was Andres Tomatin who said that one. Anyway, Donuts Under a Crescent Moon is about two people who are in an office and they fall in love slowly. It's a very slow burn. The elements of things like patriarchy and men being sucks are still in this one. They're a bit more subtle in this. Than they do still exist. A lot of it is sort of quite about societal expectations and what people expect of you to be. And obviously in a heteronormative society, a lot of that is going to be, you need to marry a man if you're a woman. As I said, Donuts Under a Crescent Moon does have sort of not discussions of it all kind of ties into the expectations part of it all. There's the both the protagonist and the love interest are ace. They're like not interested in sex or sexuality or anything like that. I'm not ace, so I don't know if this is good ace representation, but I imagine it is. Like, they're cute together. They address that neither of them are all that interested in physical intimacy of that kind. Although that is kind of a spoiler, that they do get together in the end, and there's a lot of discussion of things like jealousy, and there's a lot of self-interrogation. They both have to very much figure themselves out. They have to realise they're lesbians. You know, it's not something that either of them really have encountered much. And that's fair. Also, Subaru is great. I love the love interest's little sister. I don't remember the love interest's name. I remember Subaru's name. She's great. She's fantastic. What a creature. What a cool little friend. Oh, that's a very fun character, and I think she is fun to watch, read, fucking, I don't know. Editing may here, I forgot to say the name of the manga, but this one, I'm transitioning over to Runaway With Me Girl now. This is Runaway With Me Girl. This manga is Runaway With Me Girl. Enjoy. Right, of all of the manga today that I am going to be discussing, this is probably the most intense. It's got a lot of sort of tragic elements, and it is just a lot. There's a lot. So, content warning. big content warning for discussions of things like abuse and domestic violence and just generally bad relationships, I guess. It revolves a lot around those societal expectations, like I was saying before. There's like, oh, I'm too old to be fooling around dating girls now. I can't be doing this. It's not right, you know. I need to grow up and get with a man. And there is sort of... Hang on, I've been talking about comp het this whole time, haven't I? That's pretty much what it's been. Compulsory heterosexuality. Look it up. I know I have some bi friends that have criticised it before for stuff, but also I know it's also been really helpful for a lot of lesbians that I know. So, I don't know if it's that helpful of a concept, but it certainly seems to be present within the works I am discussing at this time. So I'm sorry if it turns out to be bad or whatever, but I'm moving on. So, Maki, we follow Maki. Maki is our protagonist. She and Midori were in love in like high school, and they would go everywhere together, and they would run off, and they would hold hands and take a train off somewhere random, and it would be beautiful, and they would like kiss each other. It was like, haha. And then when it was time to leave school, it was like, oh, we can't be fooling around dating girls anymore. I have to go. Bye-bye. Haha. And obviously, this leaves Maki heartbroken. She's still like dwelling on it 10 years later. Like I've done the whole intense friendship that develops into a crush, and then you both get hurt, and it sucks, and that shit sticks with you. This is a lot more than that. This is years of commitment torn away in a second, and it sucks for both of them, but especially for Maki, because she's bad. She really is stuck dwelling on it for like a decade between the backstory and the events of the story now. So she bumps into Midori, and Midori is pregnant and has married a man, or is marrying a man, and seems to be happy at first, and then more stuff goes on, and it turns out she's kind of not happy, and her fiance sucks. And they only kind of got together out of convenience after a single night, and she got pregnant, and not a single night. They were together multiple nights, but like he was like, no, I don't have to use a condom. It doesn't feel as good. Men suck. Again, this is a theme. Themes are recurring. Do you see them? We don't need men. This is a very painful book. It stings. It's hard to read. There are parts of it that are quite hard to read, especially the stuff that depicts domestic violence partway through the story, late volume 1. Midori's fiancé hits her, and it's not like made light of. It's in fact made to be a very serious and traumatic event for her. She like looks at the ground where the blood was on the floor and like panics and is scared of him, understandably, you know. She deserves better. They both fuck up. Both Maki and Midori fuck up. Sorry, both Maki and Midori fuck up. Hang on, I had better words on how to talk about this. 1 second. Midori's so afraid of being alone that she'll accept so much shit from other people, and that traps her with this gross man just constantly like undermining and talking shit about her, and it's she's stuck. She has stuck herself, and she clings on to Maki for life support, and they just are trying to claw their way out of a shitty situation. And like there are moments where she's like, please stop talking to me, I don't want to fall back in love with you because I need to live my life and move past this. And she's like, oh, this hurts again. So like Maki gets hurt again by Midori. This is not really that healthy of a start to a new relationship, but it's done really well, and it's very painful, like I said, and it's really good. And I think if you can handle the subjects that are talked about in it, you should read it, because it's great and important. The two of them are pretty much like this. When I got this book, it was the second book I had bought that day. It was the second series, not this one actually. I think this one I ordered from the internet because none of the comic shops I shop at were stocking it. But the first book that I bought was written very clearly by a man. Like, you could feel it in the writing. I can't really remember what it was about it, but it was uncomfortable, and it was very sort of overly sexual. It used the age gap within it was very sort of uncomfortable, and it generally was just kind of a bit much for me. See, the thing is, this one is also written by a man, and it's good. It's really good. I like this book. If you're British, like me, accursed with Britishness, poisoned to the heart with the evil nation in your soul, you're gonna have to read the first volume, wait like 2-3 days, and then read it again to properly read it, because you're gonna have a little immature laughing fit, like I did, going, ooh, hee hee hee, what an unfortunate quirk of translation that this amusing thing has occurred, because one of the main characters, there's Sakuma Ellie and Inu something Wako, and Wako is very sort of dog-coded. She's very dog-coded. She's got Inu in her other name. She's sort of excitable. She's often drawn with like puppy ears, and she has a nickname. And the nickname is a portmanteau between Wako and the Japanese word for puppy, which is wan. And the unfortunate truth of this is that in British, that makes a rude word. Wanko. Her nickname is Wanko. You're gonna have to get used to that. You're gonna laugh out the little immaturities, get all of that out of your system once you've started reading it, and then go back and read it again, because once you get past that, this book rules. I really like this series. There's 4 volumes. It's a completed story. The characterization is very, very strong. Wako is a voice actress in like the anime industry, and Ellie is a writer. She writes like for, well, manga and light novels and porn games and stuff like that. They sort of have work experience that works together. They don't actually work together, but they are very, there's a synergy between them. They know each other well. They know their sort of various aspects of industry well. It talks about how there are shitty men in the industry who take advantage, and how there are shitty fans who sort of feel like they have some kind of ownership over voice actresses and idols and stuff like that. That's not great, but it is depicted, and it's depicted well. There is a character that comes in volume 4 who is sort of trans femme, like pre-everything, in text referred to as a boy who wants to become a girl, and sort of doesn't know anything, clocks one of the main characters as being trans woman, even though she's not, which is quite funny. It's not like she is a dangerous thing, it was just amusing. The art, I think, is probably the thing that I am most wanting to gush about in this series. The art is gorgeous. Ellie is generally drawn quite elegant and sort of tall and with like wavy hair, and she's very sort of pretty and like all that. Whereas Wako is drawn like a Nichijou character quite often, and that sort of juxtaposition, it characterizes them really well. I really like how expressive the art is in this book. I'm getting tired. I don't have much else to say. Shit. Yeah, no, I don't have much else to say, to be honest. Brain's kind of stopped working, and my feet hurt, and I'm warm. And I don't know if this is going to be... I'm going to be able to salvage any of this footage or audio into a usable video. I'm going to try. But if I can't, I can't. If I can, I can. But that's how it goes, I guess. If I can, though, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some recommendations on some manga for gay women. I'm gay women. Enjoy. Be gone. Video over now. Goodbye.